Welcome back everyone, and in this video we will be discussing the spoilers, so chapter 322 of My Hero Academia. And with this chapter it seems like that Midoriya has finally given up and class 1A has been the victor of this fight against Midoriya. And not only that, they are also successful in taking Deku back to UA Hero Academy. Okay, so this chapter starts right from the end of chapter 321 as Ida finally got a hold of Deku. But in this chapter Deku tries his hardest to break free from Hida's hand, but he's totally exhausted and has no strength left in his body. He tries to say many things, but Ida does not budge at all. But both of them start falling onto the ground with no support at all. But before moving any further with the spoilers, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss fan translation in English, which should be coming in around 30 hours or so I will be making a video on that as well, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss it. And let's continue with the spoilers. As both of them start falling from the sky, Uchaka tries to divert her quirk in such a way that both of them lands on the ground safely, but she failed. And then we see Kirishima finally catching both of them. He says that some time ago he heard a story about a boy his age that saved a classmate from a villain and asked if it was him. As Kirishima once again saved Ida and Deku, Ida was very impressed of Kirishima as he again at the right time and right place saved him, and Kirishima replies to him saying that yeah, it was Endeavor's order, not his, so he is all responsible for that. But as we see further, Mina asks Deku to come back to UA for all of them to be a class together once again, and he responds saying that he wants to be with them, he wants to be with his teacher, his friends, his family, but he cannot as One For All is behind him. And if he went again to UA, like One For All will attack everyone who is like being protected by the UA class and the infrastructure by UA, so he don't want to endanger anyone else. And then comes our boy Bakugo saying that, oh yeah, you have like a lot of babysitting right now, let's come and have a chat now. Chat of two boys talking to each other. Then he asks Deku if he remembers what he said to him when he was attacked by Shigaraki. Deku said that don't try to win alone. Bakugo then proceed to explain how he feels about Deku, how he always thought that he was looking down to him and that he was afraid of his potency to go even further than Bakugo can go himself. We see that his appearance changed to his kid form, and even Deku changed to his kid form with having all dark hairs and like looking totally gross, not going to lie. And we see that Bakugo lowers his head and says that I'm sorry for everything I have done. I'm sorry for bullying you for so long. I'm sorry for looking down to you, and I'm sorry for like always dismotivating you and never talking to you like properly. And he says that the path Deku, All Might, and all other All For One users chose wasn't wrong for itself, but it was limited to what they can do by themselves. Bakugo asked him to share his burden with everyone, saying that to surpass All Might, all of them have to protect UA and civilians together, winning by saving and saving by winning. This is one of the lines of Deku, what he said to Bakugo and what his motive was. And I think that this is the like the purest Bakugo we have seen so far. Like no shit, no nothing, like talking like a gentleman. This is like the purest Bakugo we have ever seen, like talking like actual real stuff. And I'm not going to lie, I really liked it. Like the fact that he related what Deku says when Shigaraki captured him, then what like that he said that all the All For One users always fought alone, they never like carried anyone, never had friends or anything like that. Even All Might, we see that he was the only symbol of peace, not the heroes. He was representing all the heroes by himself, so he was not getting any support. Like even like imagine like One For All user got a little bit of hurt, he no one is like even like helping him to heal or anything, like they're all alone. But Deku is different. The only reason why Deku can win, like the only reason like not or not like sorry for that, the only reason like none of these previous All For One users never win against One For All was because like they were alone, no one was by their side, they were like fighting for like a resolution or a mindset they never believed in. Because if they believed in pure peace or anything like that, they might have friends for themselves as well, to protect them, to help them when they needs help. And that's why like Deku like was actually start fainting and regretting what he says to the class, and how disrespectful he was to the class. And he was like, yeah, like I have so good friends and I was disrespecting them. I was telling that they can not win against me, like but on the other hand, here they are like totally winning against me, like they actually won against me. And he actually faints and Bakugo catches him. When Deku opened his eyes, he was near UA and number 13 was together with them. He finally faces them and UA barrier is now activated. It looks like a giant iron fortress. The students start bragging about the defensive capabilities and saying that Deku will be safe no matter what happens. But then a bunch of civilians start protesting. They say that they cannot let Deku inside UA because he's the boy Shigaraki is looking after. Present Mike tries to control all of them, but they continue talking about how his presence will put everyone in danger, and that in this case it would be safer for them and to him to stay home. Like it would be safer for them to stay home rather than being here in UA, where like there are like more probability of All For One coming here and like actually like causing them like danger and all of this, just because he wants Deku. Deku hears all of this and start walking, apparently ready to leave, but then Ochaka grabs his hand and says that it's fine. We see her narration saying that she cannot let this opportunity that Ida, Bakugo, and others created go to waste. The chapter ends with her question: who will save heroes when they are in pain? And shout out to like Ochaka for turning back and like holding him and saying that, yeah, like I'm not letting you go this time around. You are going to be with all of us and we are all going to stay together. So yeah, all in all, this was a pretty interesting chapter to me. Like finally this, like I do think that this arc actually dragged out more than it should, but I think I'm like pretty like happy with it. Like I am like at my peace with this chapter or this whole arc, because it was not like outwardly very interesting or very intriguing, surprising, anything like that. It was pretty much things like we already knew. I made a video on about this, like how Deku will lose until and unless he actually meant like actually became friends with all of his UA academy, because the only reason all the past UA users never win against All For One, because they were totally alone, whereas One For All was like having 50 people by his sides all the time. Like he was a very smart and like a very genuine person. Like he might not be good, but he has friendship skills which all the One For All users actually lack, just because they want a goal to protect everyone, because they don't even know that they cannot protect everyone until and unless everyone wants to protect themselves as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will be like as I said earlier, I will be making video of like how like when the fan translation will come out. So make sure to subscribe and like the video, and yeah, see you all in the next one.